911,000. That is the number of jobs the US economy was supposed to have created over the past year. Counted, reported, used by the Fed to set interest rates, used by markets to price stocks, used by cable news to tell you things were fine. They did not exist. Not a single one. In September 2025, the Bureau of Labor Statistics released its preliminary benchmark revision, cross-referencing payroll data against state unemployment insurance tax records, and quietly erased almost 1 million jobs from the books. Largest downward revision on record. Goldman Sachs saw it coming. They published a note days before, guessing the correction would land somewhere between 550,000 and 950,000. Think about that range for a second. Wall Street's best estimate for how wrong the government's numbers might be had. A spread of 400,000 jobs. That is not confidence, that is a shrug. But here is the part that should make you pay attention. Nobody got fired for getting it wrong. Somebody got fired for reporting it. On August 1st, the president fired the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, hours after a jobs report came in weaker than expected. The stated reason was that the data was rigged. Multiple former commissioners from both parties called it unprecedented. But that framing misses what actually broke. The data was not rigged, it was broken, and it has been breaking for years. The payroll survey that produces the monthly jobs number had an overall unit response rate around 43% by early 2025. Before the pandemic, that rate was closer to 60%. The household survey, the one that gives you the unemployment rate, dropped from roughly 90% in the early 2010s to around 67% by mid-2025, when roughly a third of the sample does not respond. The Bureau fills in the gaps by guessing based on what similar businesses or households said last time. That works when nothing is changing, when the economy is shifting underneath you. Small businesses folding, gig work, replacing salaries, entire sectors contracting. You are pasting yesterday's answers onto today's questions. Meanwhile, the agency running these surveys operates on about $704 million a year. The proposed 2026 budget cuts that by another 8%. In the same year, hedge funds and money managers spent $2.8 billion on alternative data, satellite imagery, private surveys, credit card transactions, because the public numbers are not reliable enough to trade on anymore. 4 times the BL's budget, spent specifically to see what the rest of us cannot. Then in October, the government shut down. The Bureau sent its staff home. Surveys stopped. And on November 19th, they announced no jobs report for October. Not late, not partial, gone. An entire month of employment data simply did not get created. You probably did not notice. Most people did not. But the Fed noticed. The bond market noticed. Every institution that makes decisions about the cost of your mortgage, your car loan, your credit card rate, they noticed. And they made those decisions anyway, with one fewer data point and a growing suspicion that the remaining ones are not worth much either. So the next time you see a jobs number flash across the screen, 178,000 added, unemployment at 4.3%, whatever it is, just remember that the system producing that number is running on a budget that keeps shrinking. Surveys that fewer people answer every year, and models built for an economy that does not exist anymore. The number is real. It is just not what you think it is. And the people making decisions with it know that better than anyone.